right, it is week 7 math lesson. So I'm going to be reviewing a lot, okay? You ready? We're going to go through some cards. 1 quart, and you should say it out loud. 1 pint, 1 gallon, 1 year, remember about 1 year, how many days? A leap year, how many days? How many months are in a year? How many days are in a week? And I always ask you this, how many days are in a school week? Good job. All right, we are gonna move on to, and I don't wanna do this first card, so give me a second. All right, length. 1 foot is how many inches? Think of a ruler. Good job. Okay, I don't wanna do this one yet. A yardstick is 36 inches. Good job. 1 yard is also how many feet? Did you say 3? And this was the one I didn't want to show yet. 1 meter is how many centimeters? Do you remember what cent is actually a French word for cent? And it means 100. Good job. We haven't done this one in a while, so I'm just going to show you. This is a combination where it's subtracting, minuend, subtracting, difference. I'm pretty sure you could have told me difference, but I just didn't know if you knew minuend and subtracting. I know you know this one. 1 dozen. Good job. A baker's dozen. 13. Good job. 1 pound. 16 ounces. Good job. A kilogram. You might not remember this one, but it's 1,000 grams. All right, we're going to move on to time. How many hours are in a day? How many seconds are in 1 minute? All right, let's see if you remember this. 6 divided by 2 is 3. What is the answer called? A quotient. Very good. And here's the word, in case you see it again. Quotient. And that word does not really follow phonics rules, does it? All right, you probably know this one. These two are called, and this is called something. Factors. Product. Good job. So you already know this one. This one's called a product. While we're on that one, we know any number times 1 equals that same number except 0. Good job. All right. What fraction would this be? Good job. 1/2. Because there's 2 parts. Woo, almost dropped them. There's 2 parts and 1 is shaded. What about this one? 1/4. Good job. 1 part is shaded and there's 4 equal parts. Here's another one. 1/3, because there's 3 parts and 1 is colored. All right, I'm gonna flip it back to see. Do you remember what the top number is called and the bottom number? Numerator and denominator, because the denominator is down on the bottom. So this is how many parts, how many total parts. This is how many parts are shaded. Whew. I'm gonna have to put these down just for a minute. I'm gonna make my stack smaller. Cause you know, I don't remember where we started. 1 second. I can't remember if we did those. Oh well, we'll keep going. All right, so sorry. How many minutes are in an hour? Did you say 60? So if there's 60 minutes in an hour, how many are in a half hour? What's half of 60? 30. Great job. All right. Do you know what this answer is called? I know it's 3. The answer to an addition combination? Sum. Good job. We did this one already. What about these two? We know this is the sum. What about these two? Are they factors? No, this is addition. So these two are add-ins, and here is the sum. Good job. All right, what is normal body temperature? Did you say 98.6? And you remember when I told you I would go run the thermometer under the faucet, under hot water, and it would be like 108, and my mom would come in there and say, oh, you are not 108. Those are things that I did when I was little. All right, what about the boiling boiling point of water? 212. Oh, you should know this one. The freezing point of water. 32. What about when it's freezing at Celsius? Have we ever done this one? I'm not quite sure. 0. Okay. I'm going to put a few more cards down. And finally, we get to our Roman numerals. We have the Roman numeral, and on the back, it's called what kind of number? Did you say Arabic? Very good. All right, so you've already saw this one. X equals 10, because the iPhone X. All right, what about this one? D. D equals 500. How about we start from the front? I'm going to flash backwards. L is 50. Good job. Uh-oh. Here we have 1 before 5. What number is 1 before 5? Did you say 4? Great job. All right. You know I is 1. I'm sure you know that. What about C? I just talked about this. 100. Good job. Oh, now we have 5 and a 1. What's 5 plus 1? 6. Good job. And V? 5. Because it has a V in it. M? 1,000. Okay. So that's it for the flashcards. I'm going to move you a little bit closer so you can see. Oh, maybe that's too close. All right. We're going to work through some of these. We're first going to, I showed this last week, but I want to do it again. It wants us to write 2 multiplication facts and 2 division. So we have 6, 3, and 18. Okay? So we're going to start with the first one. 6 times 3. What do you think it equals? 18. Good job. And now we flip the factors. 3 times 6 equals 18. And now for division, we start with the big numbers. 18 divided by 3 equals 6. We write 18 again. 18 divided by 6 equals 3. They're very similar to our fact families that we write with addition and subtraction. It's just the signs are different. All right, we are going to look at rounding. We're going to round some numbers, round some money, and then talk about thirds again. All right, do you remember in rounding we had a rule? If it was 1 through, did I say 1 through? Yeah, 1 through 4, you round down to the number that ends in a 0. And if it's 5 through 9, you round up. Now what does that mean? That means we look at this number right here. We have a 3, a 7, a 1, and a 0. So 3. Think of 53. It's going to be between 50 and 60. Well, if you have that number line in your head, it is way closer to 50. And let's see. If it's 1, 2, 3, or 4, we round down to the number with the 0. So 53 is closer to 50, or it's going to round to 50. All right. All right, now we have 87. I want you to picture in your head a number line. We have 80 down there, 90 down here, and 85 in the middle. Is 87 just in your mind? Is that closer to 80 or 90? 90. So let's see if that matches with our rule. 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, you round up to the number with the 0. So this would round up not to 80, it's going to go to 90. All right, we have 11. Think of a number line again. We have 10 all the way at one end, 20 at the other. Well, 11 is just one number over 10. So let's make sure that works. 1, oh, look, 1, we round down. So 11 is going to round to 10. Let's think about 20. 20, wait a minute. Did I trick you? This one is already rounded because it ends in a 0. There's no zeros up here on my roll. So if it already ends in a 0, guess what? It's rounded. Now this is called to the nearest 10. Okay, you can round. I knew that was going to happen. I'm okay. The nearest 10. Down here we're going to do, and I'm going to write it over here so it doesn't fall. The nearest dollar. Okay. You can round to anything. Nearest 10, nearest 100, nearest dollar, nearest thousand. I mean, you could round forever. But I showed you this last week, and what we do is we look right here. We look at these numbers. So you're going to think $9.10, that's between $9 and $10. And our rule for that was if it was, and this is just for money, 0 cents, not 0, 1 cent, through 49 cents, we round down to that dollar. But if it's 50 cents to 99 cents, we round up. So here's 10 cents. That's only 10 cents away from $9. So let's look up here. Is 10 between 1 and 49? Yes. So we're going to round down to the nearest dollar, and the nearest dollar right here is $9. Okay, so now we're doing, can you read this for me? Good job. Did you say $11.59? All right, here we go again. I want you to think of money. $11 down to $12. Okay, now let's look at our roll. 59. That's not in between 1 and 49, but it is between 50 and 99, so we're going to round up. So it's not going to be at $11. We're going to round this up to $12. Okay, hopefully that helped a little bit. Ouch. I hit my foot on something hard. All right, on this side, when you take a third of a number, did you know, like when we used to do this, a half of 4 is 2? That's the same as doing 4 divided by 2. Isn't that funny? You've been dividing for a long time. So when you take a third of a number, you're dividing by 3. So a third out of 9. So we're going to count by 3s till we hit 9. 3, 6, 9. How many? 3. Good job. So a third of 9 is 3. All right, we're going to do this again. This is the same as saying 12 divided by 3. So we're going to count by 3 till we get to 12. 3, 6, 9, 12. What number? 4. Good job. All right. I'm going to pause it right here because I forgot to get something to wipe the board. So just one sec. All right, guys, we're back at it. Remember how we count by 3s? Let's go ahead and do that. You ready? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30, 33, 36 is how we count by 3s. Next time, won't you count with me? And remember, if you can count by 3s, you can multiply by 3s. Okay? Now we're going to learn to count by 4s, and we're going to use the exact same song, because if we can sing count by 3s, we can multiply by 3s. If we can sing to count by 4, we can multiply by 4. All right, so I had to write them out because I don't have my 100 chart from school. All right, you ready? 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, 40, 44, 48 is how we count by 4s. Next time, won't you sing with me? That really doesn't rhyme at the end, but good enough. So I want you to be practicing counting by 4s. All right. Now I want to pay your attention, not to the graph just yet, but right here. We know that this is the big kid way to write 73 cents or the little kid way to write 73 cents. Okay? And then I put, since this is the ones place, that's how many pennies we would have. We would have 3 pennies. Since this is the tens place, this is how many dimes we would have. So we would have 7 dimes and 3 pennies. Same over here. This 3 is in the ones place, so it's pennies, because pennies are worth 1 cent. Dimes are worth 10. Do you remember? Dime, dime, little and thin. I remember you're worth 10. So again, there's going to be 7 dimes. So if I write a different number, now let's put, let's just put a 1. If I said circle the number of pennies are in that amount. First, let's read that amount. $2.51. And I said circle, what did I say? The circle, the number of pennies? I think I said pennies. All right, so we know that it would have 1 penny. Then I'd say put a square or a box around how many dimes it has. And you would put a box. Now if I say underline 3 times, like our proofreading mark, that means a capital letter, to how many dollars it has, you would do 1, 2, 3. All right. All right, I'm going to pause again because I need to sit up. We're going to learn about a graph. All right. Now we are going to learn about a line graph. You've learned of bar graphs. You've learned of pictographs. And I think you have one in your seat work this week. And this is going to be a line graph. But before we start, we have to look at the title. Temperatures for June 1st in Denali National Park. Okay, and then we're going to look at our little key over here. We have the hour, 7, 8, 9, 10. And this is in the morning. So would it be AM or PM? Right, AM. So I'm just going to add that. Hopefully the board won't fall. Okay. All right. Ooh, that was bad. So we have our hours over here. We have our abbreviated temperature, 40 degrees Fahrenheit, 40 degrees Fahrenheit, 45 degrees Fahrenheit, and 50 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, and right here, it looks like a grid. Down at the bottom are our times, and on the side is our temperature. So here's what we got to do first. What you want to do is you want to come to the key, and for we're going to line up the hour and the temperature together, and you're gonna put a little point. So let's see, we have 7 o'clock and 40 degrees Fahrenheit. So I'm gonna go to 7 and I'm gonna go up to 40 degrees Fahrenheit, and I'm gonna put a bubble. And I'm gonna put a check by this because that lets me know that I've already done it. Okay, now we're at 8 a.m., 40 degrees. Can it still be the same temperature? Yeah, of course. So we have 8 o'clock, we're gonna go up to 40 degrees, we're gonna draw another circle. Okay, now we put our check because we know we put our dot for that one. Now we have 9 a.m., which is 45 degrees. So here we go. We have 45, we have 9, and we meet right here. Okay, put a check. And then we have 10 a.m., which was 50 degrees. So 10 a.m., 50, and we're gonna put it right here at this biggest point. Do you see all the points now? All right, what it wants us to do now, excuse me, I'm making sure I wrote the right numbers. All right, now that we have all our dots, this is called a line graph, so we need to make our line. And usually you would do this with a ruler, but I don't have one at the moment, so we're gonna start with the first one, 7 o'clock. And we're gonna go straight across to 8 o'clock, from 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock, from 9 o'clock to 10 o'clock. I forgot to put the check. Do you see how it's a line? Let me make it darker so you can see. Okay. And if I asked you, I can ask you some questions from this graph. What is the difference in temperature between 10 o'clock, which was 50 degrees, and 8 o'clock, which was 40? The difference would be 50 minus 40, which is 10 degrees. That's how much. From 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock, it rose 10 degrees. Okay, so you're gonna be doing this. So first, you look at your key, then you plot your points, and then you connect the dots to make your line. Okay, so you're going to be seeing these throughout the week. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm going to be available by cell phone, by Remind, and also by email. I love you guys. We have one more week to go, week 8. Hang in there.